Welcome back. Today, we're jumping straight into a seriously fascinating message. We're unpacking part 2 of a 4-part series called The Set Time of God, preached by Pastor Noel Sandesh over at Crown of Life Ministries in Bhopal. In this explainer, we aren't just talking about time like, the ticking clock on your wall. We're looking at divine opportunities. If you've ever found yourself wondering, why am I still waiting? Or how do I actually get ready for my next big breakthrough? Well, you're exactly where you need to be. Let's get right into it.
We're anchoring this whole explainer right here on Psalm 102, verse 13. It says, "Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her, yea, the set time is come." Pay attention to that phrase right there, set time. Pastor Sandesh really hits us hard. God's timing is absolutely flawless. Figuring out that timing isn't just, a neat trick. It is the very definition of true spiritual wisdom. It's about knowing exactly when God's favor is lined up perfectly over your life.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the 2 phases of time, move into understanding your Chronos, and then unlock the power of Kairos. After that, we'll see how Chronos prepares for Kairos, break down 5 keys to Kairos, and wrap it all up with the final glorious finish.
Section 1, the 2 phases of time, unlocking the original Greek. To really get what's going on here, we have to look at the original Greek of the New Testament. Greek is a super precise language. They didn't just use one catch-all word for time like we tend to do in English. They used 2 totally different words. Meet our main characters, Chronos and Kairos. Chronos is quantitative. Think seconds, minutes, days, years. It's the literal passage of time that just sweeps all of us along. But Kairos, totally different. Kairos is an opportune time, a crucial moment. If Chronos is that background ticking clock in your life, Kairos is that rare, life-defining divine moment where suddenly everything shifts.
Moving on to Section 2, Understanding Your Chronos, the Passage of Everyday Life.
So think of Chronos simply as the total passage of your everyday routine. From the day you were born until right now, that accumulation of days is your Chronos. The Bible tracks this all the time. Like in Acts 13:18, the Israelites spent 40 literal years in the wilderness. That is a strict Chronos duration. Or when Jesus tells his disciples in John 7:33 that he'll be with them a little while longer, he's talking about Chronos, the simple, measurable passage of time. It's the waiting periods, the daily grind we all go through equally.
Section 3, The Power of Kairos, Your Moment of Breakthrough.
Now the energy completely changes here. If Chronos is the waiting room where you're flipping through old magazines, Kairos is when your name is finally called and those doors fly wide open. It's an opportune time, a season where conditions are just perfect for a crucial action. It is that decisive, fleeting window of divine opportunity. Chronos just passes, but Kairos defines your destiny forever.
Let's put this into perspective with a number. 33 and a half. Jesus had an earthly lifetime, a total Chronos lifespan of exactly 33 and a half years. Day in and day out, he lived through standard chronological time, watching sunrises and sunsets just like you and me.
But now, contrast that with this next number, 3.5. Out of his entire 33.5-year life, Jesus' active ministry, his ultimate season of world-changing impact, was squeezed entirely into just his final 3.5 years. That incredibly concentrated, massively powerful window, that was his Kairos.
Section 4, Chronos Prepares for Kairos, Bridging the 2 Times.
Here is where it gets really interesting. All that daily routine, honestly, sometimes painfully boring Chronos, it's not wasted time, not at all. It's actually the launch pad for your Kairos. But that brings up a huge, very practical question for all of us. How do we actually prepare for this Kairos moment? It's great to know Greek definitions, right? But what do we actually do with our Tuesday mornings? How do we make sure we're ready when the door opens?
Pastor Sandesh uses this brilliant analogy. Think of a college engineering student. Step 1, they enroll in a 4-year course. Those 4 long years, that's their Chronos. Step 2, they study relentlessly every single day. That's the preparation happening during their Chronos. Step 3 is sitting for the final exam. That exam is their Kairos, the make or break moment. Listen, if they coast through their Chronos without preparing, there's just no way they're passing that Kairos.
Section 5, 5 keys to Kairos, maximizing your divine appointments.
Now we're getting into the really practical stuff. How do we maximize these fleeting divine appointments? There are 5 essential keys. 1, show a sense of urgency. 2, Chronos is the raw material. 3. Kairos is a time of accuracy and precision. 4. Quick discerning. And 5. It defines our future. Let's unpack these together.
Let's smash the first two keys together: urgency and raw material. Because Kairos moments are fleeting, you literally cannot afford to be casual. You have to maximize them. How? By using your daily chronological time, your chronos, as your raw material. We're talking prayer, fasting, getting deep into the Bible. Look, God gives chronos to everybody, but what you actually do with those 24 hours, those daily spiritual habits you build, that is the raw material that creates your divine readiness.
David's time in the wilderness is the absolute perfect example of this. He spent years out there in total isolation, tending sheep, praying late into the night, worshiping when absolutely no one was around to see it. During that hidden chronos, a bear attacks. He takes it down. A lion attacks. He defeats it. All that unseen effort was preparation. So when his massive Kairos moment finally arrives, staring down Goliath in front of 2 entire armies, he wasn't guessing. He was fully equipped.
That perfectly tees up keys 3 and 4, accuracy, precision, and quick discerning. Kairos moments happen fast, like blink and you miss it fast. You need absolute spiritual accuracy and rapid discernment to know exactly what to do. There's no time to figure it out on the spot. The figuring out was supposed to happen back in your chronos, not while the golden opportunity is staring you right in the face and you're scrambling to react.
John the Baptist is the ultimate example of this precision. His entire job was to prepare the way for the Messiah. He spent his long chronos out in the desert, eating locusts and wild honey, getting spiritually sharp. So the second Jesus walked toward him, John didn't hesitate for a fraction of a second. With absolute precision, he pointed and declared, "Behold, the Lamb of God, who takes away the sin of the world." Boom, that is Kairos executed flawlessly.
Section 6. The final glorious finish. Your future defined.
This brings us to the climax of our explainer, looking at our 5th key, how our Kairos defines our future for eternity. Look at Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. This was the ultimate, most agonizing Kairos moment. The pressure was unimaginable. He almost aborted the mission, begging the Father to take the cup away. But here's the amazing thing. His preparation during his lifelong chronos was so deeply rooted that he pushed through. He carried on to the cross with perfect precision, ending with that glorious finish: "It is finished."
Pastor Sandesh drops a heavy reminder here. Every little Kairos we face right now is just a dress rehearsal for the ultimate Kairos. Revelation 22:10 says, "Do not seal up the words of the prophecy of this book, for the time is near." The trumpet will blow. A monumental, inescapable Kairos is coming for every single one of us.
Which leaves us with this one lingering question. Are we going to finish glorious like Jesus did? Or are we going to miss it because we threw away our daily time? Your chronos is happening right now. It's ticking away as we speak. So how are you going to use it today to prep for your divine appointments tomorrow? Think about that as you go through your week. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep using your time wisely.